Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing and football selections for Saturday the 31st of January. Well, to be fair, it's not really the best today. We've got Sandown, Lingfield. Weatherby's just been called off. I'm not sure how long ago that was. It's currently pretty much 9 o'clock. There are quite a few non-runners, so the racing is pretty much, in my opinion, decimated. It wasn't the fantastic card I thought it might have been anyway, but I'm not going to say it is what it is, but what we've got is we've got racing that it's a good job I like for having a football bet, let's put it that way. So I'm looking at my screen, so I want to talk you through it. So I'm just going to, as we talk now, I am just going to record my screen at the same time. So very shortly, when you're watching this video, you will also see my screen now. Even though I apologise for not looking at you, now I've put the video on. So, as you can see, so my bet today is a 15 pence each way, lucky 63, and £1 each way selections on all of those. Unfortunately, I've already got a field that's down to 4 runners instead of 7. I think originally they were paying 3 places instead of 2, but now there's only 4 runners, so they're not going to do that. So I shall let you know which one that is when I get to it. I am having a go on the grumpiest old gits tipping competition. I haven't got long to put them in, but there will be 2, and I shall tell you which ones they are as we go through. But please visit his video, comment, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to get into it. So it's a 15 pence each way, lucky 63, and £1 each way on all of those. So the first selection is the one I like the most, and it's one I mentioned in my bonkers video last night that I did. The first selection is Minella Missile at 12 to 1 in a 310 at Sandown. The paying first 4 for this one. Well, this one began live as I believe as a point-to-pointer. It then ran and won in a grade 2 hurdle on bad ground. It didn't do a great deal after that. It had a few decent runs, and then they seemed to run it at 2.5 miles. And for me, they've either got the distance wrong, or they've been targeting this kind of race for a very long time, because it's been running over 2 miles. It's been held up. Well, for me, a horse that wants 3 miles, you don't want to be holding it up over 2 miles 4 furlong. And the reason is because it's a stayer. It's not going to get from the back to the front with a turn of 4. It needs to be prominent, or at worst case, mid-division. So I'm thinking the fact that now its handicap markers pretty much plummeted. This isn't a good race even though it's a valuable race. This isn't a good race. So it's got Isabel Williams on board. I don't know how she fares in these top races. She's done okay riding for what I believe is her dad, Evan Williams. This horse has got a chance because it ran over 3 miles last time. It was prominent throughout, outpaced slightly, then it stayed on again. And I just think that might have been a bit of a test to see what they'd got. I do want it to race prominently, but I think that day it may have gone a bit hard at the front. Well, not off the front, but towards the front. And I think it was just basically a lung opener, something to get it fit, ready for something like this. I'm not convinced it will lead or be very prominent today. I would like to see it. I'm not sure how many runners there is now. Let's say there's 12. I'm happy for 5th or 6th. I think that's where it needs to be. So yeah, the first selection is Minella Missile. I also think there are a few there's a few that's been ran short of this distance that actually want this distance. So that's a positive in their perspective. But there are a few that haven't gone on the ground yet. Sorry, that's wrong. There are a few that have gone on the ground, but there are a few there's 2 in particular that are bred by Soldier of Fortune. In my opinion, Soldier of Fortune generally want quicker ground, not fast ground, but quicker ground than what it is today. I think Sandown is going to be really tough today. I think they're going to be finishing at a walk, even though I don't think it's quite heavy anymore. I think it's soft now, maybe heavy in places. I do believe it will be really tough going. So Minella Missile, it's not actually completely proven on the ground, but I do think it will like the ground. But there are a lot of others that aren't proven on the ground. So 12 to 1, paying first for, I think it's a reasonable bet. The second selection is the one that I like a lot, and this is the one with only 4 runners now, so I think this has got a good chance of winning. And the horse is called El Granjero, 11-4 in the 125 at Sand. It still says 2 places, but I'm not convinced with that because there are only 4 runners last time I looked. Oh God, my battery's going in my computer. Hold on a minute. Oh, what? I didn't actually have to get up then. Right, we're back on. It's going to be a 3-hour video now. Just kidding. Whew. So yeah, El Granjero. I expected to go straight to the front, love the ground, jump for fun, jump them into submission. And I think I should probably be going in again on this one, El Granjero, because for me, it looks the one that today is really set up for, as in conditions and the distance. It runs over further. I don't think it'll be stopping at the finish. And there are 1 or 2 others that, in my opinion, might even be doubtful stayers. So I'm more than happy to take the others on. There's only 4 runners now, so I will be backing it to win, even though I've had a pound each way because I'd put the bet on before the non-runners. So yeah, those are the first 2. So the third selection is an interesting one. It is Kit Gabriel at 8-1 in the 12:35 at Lingfield. So this horse went to this trainer. I can't remember what the trainer's called. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to change page. It's irrelevant what the trainer is to a degree. It's not John Gosden. So this horse won on its stable debut for the new trainer. It's then done not a great deal twice, but I think there's excuses for the last run because it was drawn 11 of 11 at Chelmsford. It was even described as racing wide. And I like the fact that it said weakened gradually, but it didn't fold completely, even though it had ran probably about half a furlong or quarter of a furlong more than anything else, more than likely. It didn't run a good race, but I think it looks far worse than what it actually was. It's drawn 8 today at Lingfield. It's still not a great draw, but I believe Tyler Hurd can get a much better position this time. I do rate Tyler Hurd. Tyler Hurd and Finley Marsh, I think, are riding really well on the all-weather at the moment. And Kit Gabriel is 8-1. It was in decent form beforehand, and I do think that it's got a decent chance. It shouldn't, well, I think 8-1 is too big a price today. So, the last 3 selections. Welsh Charger at 4-1 in the 143 at Musselburgh. I do believe this horse won the race last year. It's trained by Alistair Ralph. Originally, I was going for a different horse, but I've changed my mind. I changed my mind because originally I was going to back Saligo Bay each way. They are paying, what, first 3 apparently, according to that. I think Saligo Bay has got a decent chance, and it's got a better chance than it, based on, I think it ran better than the form shows last time in quite a warm race. I think it pushed the pace too much, and it did too much. But I haven't backed Saligo Bay. I'm backing Welsh Charger. It won. I believe it won this race last year from the front, or pretty much from the front at Musselburgh last time. Then the year before, it also won on this card, but it won over 2 mile 4 on this card in a bit of a weaker handicap, but still a strong handicap. I think it was called the County Handicap, which is also another race that's happening today at Musselburgh. I think this one will go to the front and will be hard to peg back. Yeah. So the next selection is Have You Missed Me at 8-1 in the 425 at Newcastle. This horse generally runs over further. However, I think there could be a fair amount of pace in the race from, I think, Prince of Donegal. It's a bit of a tricky character. I'm not sure they're going to go straight to the front with it, or if something leads, they might press the pace, because it has got stamina, and it is a horse that can go clear, but I don't think its head's quite straight at the moment. And I think if it is a fast pace, Have You Missed Me, I believe it ran over 1 mile 2 last time. Ran okay, came from the bike, stayed on, not reached leaders, that kind of run. But then it's off the same distance again. And I think it's a slightly warmer race. But I do think it's a bit more pace, or the pace is a bit messed up, as in not stop-start. But if it's if the pace is too strong, if there's a pace collapse, this one could benefit from it. And I know when the prize money increases, I know that Ian Jardine is never too far away, because I rate him as a trainer. I think he's quite a decent trainer, especially when there's decent prize money or it's a big event, a big meeting. And finally, we're at Newcastle again, and it's our absent friends in the 4.55 at Newcastle. It's 5-1. It's not doing anything wrong. It's in decent form. The favourite ran here. Sorry, no, it didn't run. No, the favourite ran at Wolverhampton yesterday, I believe. I believe it came second. Jim Gold he does it on a regular basis. He'll turn his horses out the next day, and to be fair, they normally run well. I think it's got a good chance, Waterleith, but I'm quite happy to go for our absent friends at 5-1, just in case the horse, the favourite, doesn't quite run to form with it running only a day ago, which it should do. I think it should run its race, but I just think our absent friends with Tristan Davidson. I think Tristan Davidson's quite a decent trainer, to be fair. I think he used to be an apprentice jockey years ago, I think. I might be wrong, or conditional jockey, whatever you want to call him. And I think he was okay, but I don't think he ever quite made it. I might be wrong, but yeah, I think he's doing okay with it, probably the amount of ammunition that he's got. So yeah, those are the 6 selections. So I'll be having a go on the football. The football will be in the comment section and the description, but let me briefly tell you about the football because it's quite interesting. So I do use a website called FBref. If you just type FBref stats into Google, click on the website, then it could be a bit tricky finding the leagues, but Premier League, Championship, League One and League Two, what I normally do is I normally literally start where it says Premier League, copy it all the way down, all the stats, not quite to the bottom. I normally stop where it talks about the players, paste it into ChatGPT, tell it to organise the information, do the same with Championship. Basically, I'm inputting all the stats. You can take a picture of it, but you end up taking about 5 pictures of each league, because it's not just a league. It gives you, potential goals or whatever you want to call it. I think if the more stats you can throw into ChatGPT, the better. So then what I asked it for the chaos matches. Where will there be loads of goals? And then I narrowed it down and says, right, give me the matches where there will be a lot of goals in the matches. Let's call them chaos matches. And then highly likely that goals will be by both teams in the first 15 minutes. This probably isn't going to happen, but it just adds a little bit of excitement via the stats, where you're thinking, crikey, we might have a bit of an edge, but we probably haven't. It's just another angle that we can go at. So the selections you're going to see in the comments and description section is going to be my bets, and it will be the teams where both teams are expected to score goals in the first 15 minutes. The vast majority won't score a goal in the 15 minutes, but I just think it's something to have a go at. So those are all the selections for Saturday.